Hello and welcome to Magzie's Fun Time. This is Magzie and we are back here on Infinity Evolved Expert Mode. I haven't switched to Expert Mode. My first video on this, the sound is just so bad that we're getting a lot of complaints on it. So I think I'm just gonna delete it and replace it with this current video. Or I will link this video into the description when this gets uploaded, one or the other. But I totally had to redo it. There's great tips and stuff in that, so if you want to watch it, go ahead and watch it. There will be sound spikes, and I'm really sorry about that. I'm gonna go over basically everything I went over in that video in this video all over again. All right, with a few minor changes, because there's some updates to the game that I needed to cover anyway, so I needed to revise the strategy guide anyway. First of all, the first thing I did was I went ahead and started out with the starting chest here. If you're going to do expert mode, there's two ways to do expert mode. Let's go over this first. You can play the game and get you like a base started up and everything, and then switch it over to expert mode, and then play from expert mode from there. So you can give yourself like however many days you want to give us, get yourself like a power base set up, and then switch over to expert mode. You can go into a world that you're already in now and switch it to expert mode there. The second way to play it is go in straight to the game when it loads in and hit /FTB _ mode. Hold on, I did it wrong. Mode. Hold on. No, hold on. I'll get it. Hold on. So FTB mode. Set. And then expert. And if you did it right, it'll switch it to expert mode. Now, how you know if it's in expert mode or not is when you click on your guide here, it'll have these tips here, right here. Also, if you look something up like say these and then switch to uses here, uses. Not make, uses. Crazy thing. Hold up. Let me go back. Come on. Now the game's just being obtuse. Come on. Here's an even better way. Right here. See this right here? In regular mode you'll get 4. In expert mode you only get 1. So that's how you know you're in expert mode, because recipes will change. Now there are a few recipe changes in here. The first thing you want to do before you do this, hold on for a second. First of all, I have got time daylight cycle turned off so we can go through this little tips and tricks that I've doing this little guide here. Normally you would have to contend with the day cycle here, so just be mindful of that. Anyway, once you have set your game to expert mode, I suggest that you start out with the starter chest here. It'll get you some starter wood, and if you start out in a biome, I'm going to leave those. If you start out in a desert biome like I have in this particular spawn, then you'll have some starting wood to start out with. This has the same seed as the first original video, which I will put in the comments down, in the description down below. So you can use the exact same seed. The only difference between this one and the original one is I did use the Biomes Plenty generation instead of the default one. So because if you use the default one in Infinity Evolved, it will spawn a whole bunch of mushroom biomes, whatever they're called. And it's a glitch with Biomes Plenty. If it triggered a biome that isn't in the default Minecraft, then it just automatically spawned the mushroom biome or some crazy thing like that. So I did use the Biomes of Plenty one. Okay. So the first thing you probably want to do is, you notice that when you put a log in here, you only get 2 wood back. And also, if I do this, I only get 2 sticks also. Just be mindful of that. Now you can get the output if you go to uses on this. If you go to the sawmill, which is apparently 1,000 pages over. If you go to sawmill, you can get more wood out of this, but you have to get to the sawmill. Alright? So, the first thing you want to do is actually probably make you a crafting bench. And I would go ahead and convert that over because there is still tinkers in this one. And you do want to go ahead and make you a pick. Why did I do that? Hold on. My bad. And get some stone. Now, you will notice that since this is expert mode right here, the tool durability for the wooden ones is 5. So you will only have like 5 or 6 uses out of this. So you do want to get you some stone as soon as possible. We're going to go ahead and grab one of these. And then we're going to pick this back up. And we're going to leave the chest here. Now, I do have some stuff marked out that I want to go show y'all briefly. But I do want to show you this right here. If you do find a biome that has this right here, hardened clay, you do want to mark this on your map and come back here, because hardened clay is used in immersive engineering, and if you can mine it up out of the world, you won't have to actually make it. Also, you might want to, as you go in, gather a couple of stacks of sand, and if you can find that some about 15 sandstone. There's always sandstone underneath sand if you're in a desert. So anyway, we're going to head over here because I did find a town right here near spawn. Also, there's one of those little things, but we want to stay away from that. There's fog right near this thing. So sorry guys, this is my phone. There's fog right on the edge of this town here because of that. So sorry about that. The first thing you want to look for is villages. And when you get to a village, there's 3 buildings that you want to look for. One, you want to look for this thing right here. This is an immersive engineering building. And immersive engineering building also has these things called wooden storage crates all around them. And they have stuff in them. And one of the things they have in it is treated sticks. Now, the reason you want to find these buildings is because if you find these treated sticks, you don't actually have to make the treated sticks. You can just find them in here. So go ahead and search all of these and pick up anything you find inside. Then we're going to go in here, and also inside of here is grab all this wool, and we are going to take some of this wool. We want at least enough to make a bed and a bedroll. Okay, so What we got here? 13 should be plenty. You can come back and get all of it you want. Also, we're probably going to grab. Might want to grab some of these. If you found any regular bricks, brick stairs, you want to grab those too. A lantern, that's pretty cool. That might be useful. Also, you might want to check your immersive engineering guy out and see if he's got anything useful as a trade item. Okay, so the next building you want to look out for is blacksmith. Now, the reason you want to find a blacksmith is sometimes in the blacksmith's chest you will find electrical steel and also dark steel. Okay, and also we want all of that, and we're going to take this axe. And the reason we're going to take this axe is because we can come not only and take this chest, but these storage crates over here. We're going to grab those too. And watch out, because Biomes of Plenty has the quicksand, so be careful with that. That's that. We got that one. I wonder if I can just take this up. Yeah, I can just take these up regular. I want to go ahead and take these with us also, because these will be super useful. Also, guys, I play with keep inventory on always, and also mob briefing off always. And if you notice here at the top of these buildings, there is a immersive engineering hammer. It's an actual hammer, and I would go ahead and take the actual item frame also, because those are super useful. But if you find one of these buildings, you can actually get this hammer without actually having to make it, which is also wonderful. Okay, and if you do find one of these blacksmiths, you might want to go ahead and grab these furnaces like that. If you can find a bucket by chance, fingers crossed, go ahead and grab this lava too. If not, don't worry about it. Also, check these. Check all the gardens and see if they have any carrots. We're looking for carrots. In expert mode, you cannot cook any of the ingredients without a redstone furnace. So any of the food that you find that you can actually make, you can't actually do anything with until you find a redstone furnace. But you can make a juicer. So if you find carrots, you can make juice out of them. It's one of the best foods, one of the good starter foods. I'm going to grab one of those just because. Now, the other building that you want to look out for is this puppy right here. And just for the sake here, I wanted to show you something real quick before we grab this up. If you find a tinker's building, you'll be able to make you some tools. But for right now, I'm going to grab me a tool station. And a part builder. And also these bindings. So I'm going to go ahead and place these down here. I'm not going to take them with me, but I want to make me a couple of tools. You have to excuse the puppy going nuts over there. Actually, I don't need you right now. Also, I'm sorry if you hear something outside, guys. I'm going to make me a couple of tools here. The reason you want to find the dark steel here is because when you put that into here, you can get tools out of this. And as you can see, dark steel has a mining speed of 7 and is millennium level. So you definitely want to try to find some dark steel. It is used for other things, but you can make it later on. These will give you a helping hand at the start of the game if you find these tools. So go ahead and make you a set of tools with the dark steel, and it'll help you out at the beginning of the game without you actually having to do anything. Oh, dude, why did I do that? I need that. Come here. I need a tool binding. Also, tip, you're gonna actually need an extra stick anyways, and one plank is only worth one stick in general. So if you use a plank in these 0.5 slots anyway, you'll get an extra stick out of it, which will help you out in the long run. And I'm going to go ahead and make the tool here. There we go. And come on, don't freeze. Come on. And the shovel, you can go on. And the axe, you can come in here. Tool station, apple can go on. You can go out. You can go out for now. Okay, so now I got me some tools. Again, dark steel, awesome. Also, come here, delete you. These things will be useful. Now, the reason these things will be useful right here is because this is a hobbyist engine, which you can find out in the world, and you can get these for free without having to build them. The rolling machine will actually help you make a boiler. Now, the steam engines will work on steam, and I believe you can put steam in, you can make steam and put it into it, or you can use coal to make the actual hobbyist steam engine run on its own. But I believe you can use the boiler too. I'm going to go ahead and put these pants on me. And the boiler, as we can see here, has two parts. Now, this one here, we're not talking about this one. We're talking about this one. The solid firebox is really, dude, come on. It's really easy to make. It's just a fire charge and bricks in a furnace, and the fire charge is blaze powder, gunpowder, and coal. You can also use charcoal, and you can also make it in an alchemist chemical set. And also the low pressure boiler will be the one that you'll probably be starting out with, and if you scroll over it, it tells you right there that it produces 10 millibuckets of steam. Okay, and the plates are in a rolling machine with just 4, and it gives you 4 plates, so definitely worth it. And as it sees here, this uses 10 millibuckets, so a 1x1 here with just one of these on here will operate one of these. Alright, so, and it's really simple to make. The only problem that you'll probably have is the furnace, which the furnace of the recipe here has been changed to compressed cobble, so just be mindful of that. You will need compressed cobble, not 8 compressed cobble, to get the furnace. And the regular recipe for the furnace just gives you a slab furnace instead. So we're going to go ahead and take that. And in here, if you do not find an immersive engineering house, you can find one of these. And one of these guys usually has creosote in it, and this creosote can be used if you go to uses under it to make treated wood also, which means you can start making your hammer for IC2. Also, you might want to grab some of these bricks from this building here. Also, I'm just going to grab a couple. I'm not going to keep this world anyway, so it doesn't really matter. But for you, you might want to do that. Also, if you go to uses here, some of the stuff can be melted down if you put it into a smeltery, so you might want to check that before you leave them in here. I'm not going to worry about that right now. The last building you want to find is a Tinker's Construct building, if you can find one. This one doesn't have a Tinker's Construct building. However, I do see carrots right here. So, nope, those are potatoes. You can get potatoes too, but you can't cook them. and I will show you, just in case you don't believe me. If you go to uses here, and scroll over, redstone furnace, and that's the only thing that will make those. You can actually just go and click on this, and you can see that you can also use cooking oil in a frying pan to make the baked potatoes if you want to go that route. Binding ritual, redstone furnace, an oven, which I believe is from Pam's Harvest Craft. Oven, hold on, I will look that one up for you guys because that's a new one for me. Oven. This one I think is the oven. We'll hit R. No. R. Yeah, that's not too bad. That's not too bad to make. So I guess you could do the oven. You might want to think about doing that. It does take some iron though, so. Anyway. Also when you're traveling around, once you get done with the buildings here, Construct Hut. Oh, there's one more thing. Let me go to the other one because I know there's one in the other village. Let me travel to that one, village 2 here. Here we go. This one's a bigger village, and there's actually 2 blacksmiths in this one. You might want to find one of these guys in here. And the reason these guys are useful is because you can get a bunch of different seeds in here. I would go ahead and break all these seeds and put them in a chest inside of here, because if not, they will get overrun by weeds. Or you can break these things right here. Any of these empty little things here, and it'll save these seeds. And some of these seeds like this, see right here, mystical green, mystical magenta, yeah, so definitely one of these will find. And some of these buildings here that are from AgriCraft will have a side section there that'll have a free little seed scanner, so you don't have to worry about actually finding one for yourself or building one for yourself. We're going to go ahead and take these. And I got a helmet. We're going to clear some. I want to take that. We're going to clear some of this stuff up here. Eggs. Cobble I really need. Ah, dude. I'm going to put these up because I don't really need those. Okay. Anyway, up here. No, it's not up here. Where's it at? Right here. You might want to find this. This is a smeltery, and there's a bunch of blocks here. So this will give you a jump start on any kind of smeltery that you make here. So grabbing those will be useful. I'm gonna try to get in here. Also, I talked about making the bedroll. The bedroll is like this. There we go. And we're just going to throw the rest of that away because we don't need it. It gives you the bedroll, and this lets you make it nighttime if it's or daytime if it's nighttime. So that's pretty cool. We're going to place this down right here, and I'm going to stick some of this stuff in it because there's a couple more things I need to go in over with you guys. Put all these in here. There we go. Okay. So once you're done, and if you do find, oh dude, this is sweet. I needed that. Anyway, if you do find one of these villages, it's surrounded by a freaking wall, and this is a really good place to start out So you might want to set up camp in one of these villages if you find one with a wall around it. Just grab one of these big houses and set up camp there. But once you're done searching around these villages for supplies, you'll be searching around in the world for a bunch of different other stuff, and you want to kill. I want to say a lot of leather. Let's say a lot of leather, because what you're going to make at the beginning, if you do not find you any kind of armor like this right here, is you're gonna try to make you some leather armor. Now, if you go to regular leather armor and you click on it, it gives me a leather armor. Get out of here. They changed it. That's weird. Hold on. That shouldn't be right. Iron. No. Right, that should be the recipe there. I don't know what changed on it. And if we hit this one here. Okay, well they changed that back. It was really hard to make the leather armor here. So you can make the regular leather armor if you want to. But I would suggest making the hardened leather. Now, to make the hardened leather, why do I keep doing that? You will need some kind of wax. Now, you can do the beeswax. It will take a while to do wax. And the beeswax is just in a presser, and you put the wax in there, and it gives you the beeswax. The other way to do it is to use this wax, just a regular wax. In order to do that, you need candleberries. Now, you can breed candleberries, as you can see in here, by mixing a grape seed and a cactus seed. You might be able to find a candleberry seed inside one of the agricraft greenhouses inside one of the towns. And also, you will be able to find them in the berry seeds right here. And when you're walking around, if you just right-click on the berries, the berry gardens, you can pick them up. So, and then you replace them just by right-clicking on them. But I would suggest just picking them all up and carrying them with you until you get you to a base somewhere, and then clicking on them to pick them up. Now you will need the pot also, so let me show you that one. Come on. The pot is just iron, copper, or steel, just in this recipe right here. And it gives you a pot. You can also use this for cooking, so if you go to uses here, there's a bunch of different recipes. As you can see, 52 different recipes. Some simple and some not so simple that you can actually use to make you some food there. So, that'll get you the hardened leather, and then if you just look, I'm getting ready to do that again. Don't want to, if you look at these recipes here, it's just the regular hardened leather. So all you do to make this is just put a regular piece of leather in there. And I want to get this hardened leather for you here. And I also want to get a set of iron armor, because I want to show you the difference here. So, if I take this steel armor off, if I put the iron armor on, it's going to give me that much protection at the bottom. And remind you that you do have to make this in order to do it. Alright? And if we put the hardened leather on, it gives you the exact same protection as iron armor. And also, if you look at the durability, see? The same exact durability. Same exact protection. So, a whole lot easier to make the hardened armor, and it's the same as the iron armor. You need to grow a little bit, and my suggestion for you is not to use bone meal. If you find apatite, I don't know if I can actually. No, it's not. There we go. if you can find some of this apatite here, and some sand. Grab the sand real quick. You can put the apatite into a crafting bench. Like so. Oh, they took it out. Okay, wait a minute. Okay, they changed that. How do you do it now? Uses. They changed the recipe to up and down. Okay, cool. Okay, so it's this way. And then you just plant the seed, the candleberry seed, into a plot somewhere, and just keep right clicking it with this. And this acts just like bone meal, as you can see, like that. And you just keep. I'll show you over here because there's a greenhouse over here. So it'll be real easy for me to show you right here. This doesn't work. Hold on. It might be because it's the agrocraft seeds. Hold on. Let me put this in the ground here. Yeah, see? Don't make sure you're not using the agrocraft seed. Just plant it into the ground, and then you just right click on the candleberry seed and get you all the candleberries you need to actually make your armor there. Now that will require you to actually, you know, go mining and stuff like that. But you know, yeah. Also, you also want to probably check for soybeans, because you can use soybeans in a press and press it all the way down to make you some right here. You might want to grab those too while you're checking around. Now, once you get all that and you get your starting base set around, I am going to actually take you to another one of my worlds and load it up and show you guys what your initial setup is going to be. So let's go ahead and click out of this, and hopefully this doesn't hurt too much of the video part. Let's go to single player. Is this one? Hopefully. Cross your fingers. Yeah, sure. Take forestry fences out. I'm gonna get me some drink while this is loading up, guys. I'm not entirely sure this is the right world. Ah, yes, it is. Okay. So, hypothetically speaking, if you do not find any of the immersive engineering buildings out in the world, and you also do not find any of the Buildcraft or Railcraft buildings out there with some creosote in it, you will need to make one of these coke ovens. And the coke ovens that you have to choose from is the immersive engineering coke oven and the coke oven from Railcraft. Now, if you click on the Railcraft recipe here, as you can see, you only get one, so you're actually going to need to gather this much material up and craft this 3 by 3 by 3, so that's 28. 26. There's a whole lot of crafting. If you look at this recipe here, it does take twice as much clay, but you do get 2 per recipe here, and this is a much better recipe for you in the long run. So I would advise you to use this recipe here, and definitely also because more than likely you're going to have the engineering hammer on you from one of the villages now. This is just up on the freaking engineering house. Um, if not, you can make one. The engineering hammer, I did not show you guys. I think hammer might be better to find it. Right here. If we click on that, it's just 2 sticks, 2 iron, and then a string. So you will need to find you a piece of string. You can get string if you find some of these seeds here, which you will want to look for. And they're hemp seeds, and you just grow them up, and you break them kind of like you do sugar cane. Just break the top layer off, and it does give you string and hemp fibers. And if you go to uses on the hemp fibers, they did nerf this, so it does take 3 string now to get you 1 string. But again, they grow like wildfire, so it won't take you long to get up enough. It won't take you long to get up 3 strings, so you can just or 3 hemp fibers, so you can get a piece of string. You can find string everywhere in it. Also, you can try to find a spider, one of those trees over there, with a spider spawn underneath it, and those will have string on it. You just take a sword and just whack at it to get the string off. Is that another one over there? Okay. Anyway, once you have this, you are going to need to make some machines here. One of the first couple of machines you're going to need is the thermometer fabricator. Right here, which is gold, a gold chest, which is gold plates, which you will need the hammer to make, or yeah, you will. At the initial start, you'll need the hammer to make those. Again, the hammer does require, in expert mode, the 2 treated sticks. And hold on, let me go back to this. That requires the iron chest, which again, what? Requires the iron plates, which you have 2 options here. One is the actual this recipe here, and the other one is this one. You used to be able to make those plates right here out of the engineering hammer, but they took that out of expert mode. I don't know if they took that out of immersive engineering in general, but in expert mode you do need the metal press, which means it's a multi-block machine. You might need steel to make it up, make this. I'm not really sure. I've not made the metal press. I haven't used that. The other machine that you will need, that I don't know if I have out right now. Let's jump in here real quick, and actually I can show off the sleeping bag. There we go. It does go into your chest slot, and it does replace back into your bar after it's morning time. The carpenter. Is that right? The carpenter will be needed to make your little plates, but that's not what you need at the beginning, is it? Yeah, I believe it is. So you will need the carpenter, and also you will need this thing here, the rock crusher. Now I've got this set up all weird. I'm going to show you another setup for this that you can do. That's a whole lot easier than what I've got set up right now. Also, this no longer works. You cannot feed in between these. This immersive engineering blast furnace is not. You're not able to actually automate this according to the new immersive engineering. The actual blast furnace here is made with hardened clay, which I told you you can find out in the biomes. If you're lucky, you can find these out in the biomes. You won't have to actually make these. Regular sand, and then either glue, ender pearls, or TNT. Now, if you're searching and you get lucky, you can actually find horses, and you also might be able to find some of the little Pokeball things. Hello. Nope. Nope. Stupid thing. Oh god, I can't think of the name of them right now. Anyway, you can right click on the mobs. What the heck are those called? That's gonna bug me. No. These right here. Safari nets. You can find these single-use safari nets, and you grab a couple of them and grab just some horses, and then you can put the horses straight into your smeltery. Make sure you do have some molten something molten inside of it. And when you do that, this is my crappy throwing stars. Come on, man. There we go. It'll damage it all the way down and put it in the glue. Now, if you spawn it too close to the edge, it will smother instead of actually burning to death, and it'll give you less glue. So make sure you spawn it in the middle of it, and it'll spawn glue. And then you just put your casting table down, and then right click on that, and it'll put it out into bars for you. So that's how you do that. Now, all this is in your little book here, Getting Started. And if you go to the tech tree here, the different power options right here, machinery that you'll need right here, the carpenter, that thing, it's all in here. And how to make it and tips and all that stuff. Make sure you read all these. You also need the assembly table and a laser. Now, you are going to need to mine a lot, guys. You're going to need at least 12 lasers for this, alright? I mean 12 diamonds. I would suggest you go mining until you find at least 32 diamonds, because you're going to have to make some diamond tubes for these things, which is going to take 5 in here. It's this recipe only with diamonds. You're going to take 5 for 4, and that's going to give you enough for 2 lasers. And then you're going to need diamond gear and something else. Let's go to the assembly table and I'll show you the recipe. It helps if I can spell it right. Oh god, I'm horrible. There we go. This recipe here is the diamond and regular obsidian, and also the diamond gear. A little tip on the thing: you do need an actual casting gear cast to make gears in this. You can't use the railcraft recipe or the other recipe. It's like the piece of iron in the middle and then surrounding that. You actually need to smelt out into an actual smeltery in this, or actually use the metal press mold in the metal press in order to get gears. This one's a whole lot easier to do. To get this, you just need to put any kind of gear. I use the stone gear because you can make it in the crafting table, and just put that in there with gold or aluminum brass, and that gives you the mold there. So you will need your smeltery also built up. That recipe is slightly different also. Hello, dude. Y'all gonna go around and leave me alone now? Give me a second. I'm gonna put this on peaceful just while I'm finishing this video. So, as you can see, I'm working on the lasers here. These do require 40 RF per tick each. So, to run two of them, you will need 80 RF per tick. And if you're just using those lasers we went over in the first half of this video, you're only going to produce 20 RF per tick. So, you're only going to be able to run one laser on this. A good way to deal with that is on the back of here, put on the back of each one of these one of the LV capacitors here and set it to output out, and then what that's going to do is give you a backup of 100,000 on each one of these lasers, and then you just let the steam engine run on its own and put out to these things. These things are actually pretty easy to make, so make sure you use these LV connectors and wires at the beginning. And these capacitors, I do want to show you those. Let's go to Immersive Engineering. These things are super cheap to make, unless they've changed it. All right, this is the low voltage capacitor, and it is just copper, lead, iron, and treated wood with a piece of redstone. And the medium, which you could probably do too. You do need electrum for this one, but you can smelt electrum down with in the smeltery, and it's just iron and then lead in there with a block of redstone. And when you get your steel production made up, you can use the high voltage. High voltage has a 4 million RF cap on it, a whole lot of storage there. And you do need a block of lead in the middle and aluminum on the sides with steel at the top. The rest of the recipe is about the same. And also the connectors here, that's the recipe for the connectors. You need copper. The medium voltage is iron. And then the high voltage is aluminum, and you do need 6 instead of 4. Also with the high voltage, you cannot link 2 connectors up with one connector. You do need to have the high voltage wire relay connecting between two or more of those. So how I've got these right here set up, I'm trying to look for an example of what I'm talking about, and I don't see anything. Anyway, where you've got 2 of these connected, I've done pretty good not doing that. Say if I had this one connected to here and then this one also connected to here, you couldn't do that with the high voltage. You can do that with the medium and low voltage, but the high voltage you would need a relay in between those two in order to connect both of those onto there. So I don't know if you understood that. I am using a steam boiler. I've seen a lot of Let's Plays, hundreds of Let's Plays on this. Nobody uses the steam power. I don't understand that. This is a real easy power system, and these things right here are OP. This is the steam boiler, thermal expansion. It doesn't really take that much to make. If you go to thermal expansion here and you look up the steam turbine, you do need the coal chunk, but the rest of the stuff is really simple to make. You can make these pretty much after you got your initial setup run for your chipsets and your tubes and your isolinear chips, your little chipsets right here for this one. Once you got this setup done and got you some initial start and stuff like these, I just keep this stuff in here and I just let it run all the time because I'm outputting a crap ton of power. But these produce 80 initial, 80 RF per tick, and you have arguments over here, and you can actually put the upgrades in this. I forgot an upgrade, well, not in these ones, but you can make upgrades for this one that doubles the output. You can upgrade these, and it's pretty simple recipe. Let me show you these. So the steel plating, these things are not hard to make, so you can upgrade to steel. and make one of these big. You make the big boilers and have these feed straight into here. Let me show you this. Let me go over right. What is this one? That's the speed. That's the cobble. Is it this one? Output. It times 2 power, but times 2 fuel consumption. So it'll consume twice as much power. Fuel. So it'll consume twice as much steam, but it'll output twice as much power. So both of these machines will be able to output 180 RF per tick, and you can upgrade these all the way to times 4 and then times 8. Oh God! And they're not hard to make. That's super easy to make. You do Promethium dust. That's super easy to make. It's not hard to make at all. This one might be a little bit difficult because you need the Promethium dust, and that requires the blizz powder. You can find the blizzes out in the snow biomes, and if you kill them, they will drop these blaze rods. So you can get that pretty easily. If you don't find that way, you will have to make it with this, which requires a couple machines. A couple of other changes they made. You do have to use the assembly table to make the chipsets for different machines. Again, go through here, read all about your upgrades and all this stuff. Now, in this one, I'm only going over the initial start and what you need to actually initially start. You will need these 3 machines in here also. Stop that. Right here, you will need a metaformer, a compressor, and a macerator. You will absolutely need those, 100%. You can't get around it. The compressor will help you make the compressed plates, and this will help you make the regular plates. And there's some other couple of things that you need that is required by the metal former. And then the macerator, there's a couple of things that macerator. The only thing that the macerator can do is that. So you will need the macerator. And they have changed those. So let's go to IC2 here so I can show you that. Industrial. Here we go. Pump, miner, furnace, macerator. There we go. So the macerator requires crushed obsidian, so you can't just jump to the macerator. It also requires an iron chip set for that, and this requires the iron plate, which you guys already know about that. And this can only be done in the rock crusher, so you need the rock crusher at the beginning, and the rock crusher requires 12 diamond to even build it. Alright, and I do want to show you that little thing. I am going to spawn in this was my initial setup here. Let me go to cheat mode real quick. What are you doing? Back. Wrong one. I want to show you this. I want to get me... Stop it. I want to get 3 of these. And then I want to grab 3 survival generators. These are super easy to make. If you press R. Stop that. Press R. You will need the iron gear, which means you will need to build your smeltery first. You also need a good supply of coal because you need 3 blocks of coal to make this and a bunch of cobblestone. But you can make 3 of these. Let me grab 3 of those. And then the crusher. I'm just going to build a new one so I don't have to mess up mine. There we go. And what I do is I initially build it. I'm going to do this over here. right here is perfect. Dang it. There we go. Don't jump on top of these, okay? These will damage you if you jump on top of them. That completes that. And then what I do is in the back here, is I set these down just how I'm going to put them here, like this, and then I get out my hammer. Let me grab it. I don't know where it's at. Where's my hammer at? I think it's over here. Nope. There it is. And you take your hammer, and at the top here you see the blue thing. You want to change that to orange on all three of them, and it'll save this setup. And then on the back here you want to change that to blue, and then you want to pick these up here, and then what I do is I place them down just like that. Like that. And then behind that I had go ahead and in the ground place my generators here, and then I just put some charcoal in there. So let's grab, or even better than charcoal, let me show you this. Let's grab some out of here if I have some in here, hopefully. Yeah. That's perfect. This coal coke lasts forever in these things, so it'll power this thing forever. And you don't need to use this all the time. And if you're going to double your ores, you might as well use the smeltery here. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and break this up into thirds and just stick these in here like this. And what this is going to do is going to fill this up first, and then it's going to fill up your LV capacitors. It's going to give you 100,000 more. It's going to be 300,000 there, and then it's going to fill up another 100,000 in these generators right here, and that is going to give you a load of power just to run this crusher. And that's how I would do it. I would not run this on your regular machines. I would build 3 of these and set it up just like this right here. So this will be my setup right here for the crusher. I wouldn't even run it on your main power until you get a big setup like I've got right here. When you're outputting 160 RF per tick, you're not going to worry about running that every once in a while. And I've got a medium voltage running straight into that. So if you see this series, I have a whole series on this up until the point I got glitched. I actually have a high voltage one, which is super easy to fill up too, and you can just place that right there beside of it and fill it up, and it'll transfer straight to that. So when you get up enough power, you can do that. I think that'll about cover it. This is my setup here. You can run this off of IC2 powers. I've run it off of the these generators right here, but I did in my video have this set up to auto smelt. So what I had is I had a harvester cutting down these dark oak trees. I'll show you that in a second. And then I had it run all the way to feed into the IC2 furnaces. Excuse me. Still a little sick, guys. Got a little dry cough in my mouth. Anyway, and I got the converters over because these convert over to from IC2 power to RF power. I think it's called EU. Anyway, so I got two IC2 furnaces just smelting these up using the power that is generated from these guys, because it converts it straight over back into power over here. And I also got the harvester running on that. And you can just make a void pipe to void the sludge if you don't want to keep the sludge. A void pipe, if you just type in void, if you type in right, is this right here, and this is the regular pipe. It gave me it. Come on, stop that. So black dye, glass, redstone gives you a void transport pipe, and then you just put some pipe sealant on there. To get pipe sealant, you just need to burn down cactus dye or use some beeswax. The cactus dye is from the seeds, or you can just smelt it down into a regular furnace to get the cactus dye. You can also, I believe, shear up the tiny cactuses and put them in there. I didn't know about that one, but you can do that one. Let me one last tip, and then I'm going to let you guys go because I've kept y'all long enough on this one. Grab one of the 3 trees. All right, spruce, the ones that grow really, really big. You got the spruce trees, you've got the oak, dark oak, and also the junglewood. My professional, well, not professional, but my, in my humble opinion, dark oak is the best one to grab. It doesn't get too big. You get a lot of wood off of it, and it also produces apples, which you can turn into juice as an early resource for food. So, definitely one of the best ones. Also, dark oak seems to grow faster than the spruce and the junglewood. So, it's one of the fastest growing trees, in my opinion, that I found. So, definitely something to look forward to. Anyway, guys, that'll about get you started setting up. My suggestion, the easiest power to start out with, as an overview, the easiest power to start out with is steam power. The initial steam engines, if we go to Railcraft, these things here, let me switch this back because I don't need it in cheat mode anymore. You can find these in town, so you don't have to actually make those. The commercial ones require the chips and an IC a chipset, and then the gears, which are super easy to make. These things you just make in a carpenter with these recipes right here. And then the industrial one is just basically the same recipe here, only you need steel gears, which is iron gear with plates around it. And then you can just make that one just for 4 iron ingots, which is super easy. And this thing right here is just gold, really easy. You're gonna have this stuff anyway because you got to make it to build anything else. Nice golden chip set. Again, you can move up all the way to these ones, and once you got enough steel, you only really need a 2x2, I think, for that one. Also, if you want to do charcoal, you can do the steam oven. The steam oven. Where you at? Where are you at? We can jump up over to oven, I believe. Oven, because it popped up earlier. This one, steam oven, is a 2x2x2. You just use iron plates around furnaces, and you get 4 for that. Remember, it's 2x2x2, so 4, 6, 8, 4, 8, 12. Is that right? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, 12. And so you just need this recipe 3 times, and it does require steel, but it's 1 steel for 1 plate and the roller, which you're gonna have if you go to if you find any villages, you're gonna have that. There's usually a railcraft building in just about every village, so you're gonna have a rolling machine pretty much for free. Super easy to find, and it doesn't take that long to run those in there. Definitely find you villages. And if you don't want to do the village thing, if villages are too easy for you and you want a really, really hard time, you can run around in Magical Forest. There's bunches and bunches of spider great wood trees in forest magical forest biomes, and they produce a crap ton of resources, and you can find dark iron in them. I have found those in those before. I don't know if the chest counts as a dungeon chest or something. I don't know. I have done it. I've got it on camera from other mod packs. So, little tip. So, overview. Dark oak wood. Definitely find a tall tree. Dark oak wood's the best for me. Make sure you... Oh, the smeltery. Dang, I keep forgetting that one. Tinkers... The grout is what we're looking for. Right here, the grout. As you can see, it's just 1 for 1. So you will need a lot more of the clay, gravel, and sand if you're going to build these. You only need, remember, to actually do anything, you only need a 1 block smeltery. So you don't need this big thing like this. You can do a 1 by 1 smeltery. So... And if you find a village, you'll find a bunch of these blocks anyway, so you can make a big one if you want, just based on them. And all you'll need is enough grout to actually do 1 layer. The only thing you'll need to make is the controller and this one, and the drain, and also the faucet. So, hopefully this has helped you out. I feel like I've jumped around a whole lot. If there's any other questions, feel free to put them in the comments down below. I don't know if this is actually going to be better than the previous one. The sound should be better though. I hope I made a lot of sense. Hope this helps a lot of people out. Lots of tips in here, so definitely listen all the way to the end, guys. If you like this episode, make sure you smack that like button. If you subscribe to my channel, I'll send you notifications when I have new videos out, and you come check them out and see if you like them. If you do like this episode and you want to share it with your friends, tell me what you like. There's a share tab down below. Click on the share tab, copy the link, post it in your Facebook, Twitter, wherever you do social media. And I will see you guys on the next episode.